Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Dr. Grewal. How are you doing? Good evening, Dr. Bharat Gopal. How are you doing?
I'm Somajit. Very bright.
Good evening.
Dr. Gopal, how are you doing? Good evening to you. Namaskar. Good evening, everybody. This is Samajit Roy. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Imoha Elder Care. A very, very warm welcome to each one of you as you join us back on the Elder Hour. As all of you know, yesterday we inaugurated the concept of Elder Hour. Dr. Bharat, Dr. Grewal, Elder Hour, as we briefly briefed you yesterday, is literally something that we have commissioned to the elders of the country, where we are going to be celebrating 1 hour every day for the next 10 weeks, a mechanism, an honor, a celebration of elders across the country, and how we as sons and daughters can enjoy and celebrate small things, whether it is rituals, whether it is talks from experts such as yourself, whether it is concepts that we can do so that they can have a better, more safe, more secure, more energized life. And this Elder Hour will be celebrated every day from 7:25 to 8:25, bringing together, festival activities from Tuesday right up till Saturday, right up till the World Senior Citizens Day on the 21st of August. So there's a lot of things coming up. There's a lot of activities, events, fun, hopefully going to be seeing a lot of celebrities also coming on the show. Yesterday, we had a very, very wonderful human being, Arjun Malhotra ji, who's the co-founder of HCL, who inaugurated the show along with his son and daughter. And I must say that it's so nice, and I feel so privileged to have two very, very special guests today, Dr. Grewal and Dr. Gopal. Both Dr. Grewal and Dr. Gopal are very, very well known in the medical fraternity. Dr. Grewal is very, very much part of the Imoha family, and as many Imoha elders know very well, Dr. Grewal has been doing a lot of shows on the MoTV program, taking care of a lot of our elders. बहुत प्यार से, बहुत मोहब्बत से हमारे जितने बुजुर्ग हैं, elders हैं, हमारे जो 3400 community members हैं, Dr. Gopal, Dr. Grewal की जो सबसे प्यारी चीज है वो ये कि in his the way he is able to connect with his audience and elders, I think उनको देखते ही आधी बीमारी खत्म हो जाती है. And मुझे लगता है कि हमारे the best decision that we have took in the past is to have Dr. Grewal as being part of the Imoha family, and touchwood, that has been a reason why in the Imoha family, as our elders obviously being the most vulnerable part of from a COVID standpoint, he has been guiding a lot of our elders all through the way. So just a little introduction to both the eminent doctors. I'll start with Dr. Grewal. So Dr. Grewal, some of you know him, but I'll briefly mention Dr. Grewal is a graduate of the Maulana Azad Medical College and is the current president of the Delhi Medical Association for the year 2021. Dr. Grewal is a fellow of the College of General Practitioners of the Indian Medical Association and has been a consultant family physician since 1978. For those of you who are very, very well aware from a medical standpoint, for somebody like me, I have really gone to appreciate the concept of being a family physician. And Dr. Grewal has been able to do this so beautifully by being able to stitch all the various practices of medicine in his own clinic that has been running, I think for a very, very long duration. Dr. Grewal, from 1978?
Yeah.
So I was born in 1977. Dr. Grewal, I was born in 77, right? So it just goes to show that how much experience you have in running the family practice, and is also a pioneer in the field of elder care in India. Has done several standalone clinics, elder-friendly health services, and so on. He's also the chairman of the non-profit organization Wellness, Health and You, and I'll request Dr. Grewal to briefly talk about this as well in his talk. Along with me, we also have a very, very eminent doctor, Dr. Bharat Gopal. Thank you, Dr. Gopal, for joining us. Yep. So nice of you for taking time out from your very busy schedule. Dr. Bharat Gopal is an expert on respiratory medicine, and is the director of the National Chest Center and senior consultant pulmonology at Fortis Hospital, Vasant Kunj. He's been honored with fellowships of National College of Chest Physicians, American College of Chest Physicians, Indian Association of Bronchoscopy, and the Asia Pacific Society of Respirology. He's one of the few Indian doctors to be awarded a scholarship by the European Respiratory Society in interventional pulmonology at Ancona, Italy, and has been the pioneer in endobronchial ultrasound guided medicinal interventions, for which he has received advanced training at Royal Brisbane Hospital, Australia. He's an invited faculty in many national and international conferences and has been awarded many honors, including the Best Doctors Award by DMA and the Young Scientist Award by the National College of Chest Physicians. He has been a forefront in the fight against COVID since March 2020 and has treated thousands of patients both by teleconsultation and in the ICUs. Dr. Gopal, it's such an honor to have you here. Our elder community is a very, very loved community, and the center of everything that we do at IMOHA is what we call as MOH. And it's a mohabbat for elders, and the balance between what Dr. Grewal and me were talking some weeks back. It's like a rainbow. When we look at a patient, we don't look at it only from a clinical standpoint, but we have a lot of elders who had COVID. My own parents, my own in-laws, myself, all of us had got COVID. And I think it is the balance of being emotionally connected, having the right support systems, having the right infrastructure to be able to take care of everything. And most importantly, knowledge, which can help us, kind of cross out the whole spectrum in a better way. And having gone through, everybody's read so much about COVID. So what is new about today's program? At Elder Hour, what we wanted to do today was to really bring out that if you had COVID, and if if any of your friends, family had COVID, how do you look at COVID rehab? How do you look at post-COVID? How do you, kind of take care of yourself better? And having seen it firsthand in my own family, I think the importance of this subject is very, very high. So for everybody who has somebody in the family who, either was hospitalized or somebody who had gone through some amount of COVID, I think today's program is very important. And I really look forward to learning more and more things about this, deadly disease that we have to come to live with. We will see different variants, but one thing that will keep all of us together is knowledge and the community. So on that note, I would like to hand over to Dr. Grewal to take this show forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Soumyajit. Thank you so much. Good evening, Bharat. It's a pleasure to be with you. And I must say, when Soumyajit said I was born in 77, I assure you, I didn't feel old. I just felt you're a kid, but I didn't feel old. So whatever you will say, I'm still young.
Absolutely.
Well, Soumyajit, I really appreciate this innovative idea because elder care cannot be given by books. No book is going to teach you how to look after an elder because every elder is different. So it's a challenge how to provide elder care. And just yesterday, on the 15th of June, it was the World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, which is observed all over the world. And one of the main causes identified in the world of abuse is ageism. And Absolutely. Ageism is stereotyping people based on their age. Like many years ago, we used to have sexism. Ladki taxi nahi chala, gaadi nahi chala sakti. Females can't go to the army. Mindset. And Absolutely. So the moment you saw a lady and driving, you say, ye kya ho gaya? So it was not her ability, but her being a lady, which you judged. Exactly in the same way, what is happening today all over the world is elders are being judged for their skill, for their ability, for their alertness, for their possibility of contributing to society based on age. No, he's 70. What will he do now? His methods are old. He is very stubborn. all based on age. And when you judge somebody because of age, you're bound to get into an abuse. So
Absolutely.
It's a big challenge. And there comes what Soumyajit is doing. Innovations to try and address elder care, looking after very delicately, maintaining the dignity of the elder person. I know Soumyajit is looking after his respected parents. Just to tell your parent, elderly parent, who may be having Alzheimer's, who may not be registering what you're doing to her, but if you, within your heart, you don't want to hurt the person, you don't want to insult the person, even you will go and say, I'm going to give you a cup of tea now. Let the person not register. I remember my mother's maids telling me, कि माता जी को पता तो लगता नहीं कि हम क्या बोल रहे हैं. मैं कहा बेटे हमें तो पता है ना, तो हमें उनको बोलना चाहिए. So therefore there comes the space for innovation. So I must congratulate you, Soumyajit, to innovate, because the elders need to be connected and they get, their span of remaining attentive is very short. And their span of remaining worried is massive. So to keep them a balance is a challenge. And
Dr. Grewal, I'm so glad you started with the point on ageism. We will and we should have a definitive program just on ageism itself, because I think it is something that we all unknowingly or knowingly sometimes fall trap to. And I think we feel very, very good the fact that across, it's not just Emoha, but I see the signs of change. I see a lot of us in the community, for example, are absolutely comfortable in doing so many things and celebrating the time that you are spending, because you're spending 30 years and sometimes 30-35 years post the so-called 55-60 age band, and therefore how one can stay engaged, how one can stay healthy, how one can stay safe, and do whatever you want to do. हम कहते हैं मोहा के आजाद पंछी. Do what you want to do. Feel free to fly like a bird. And we are there. Your children are there. We are all there to take care and help you in whatever way possible. So very glad that you started with that point, Dr. Grewal.
No, but Soumyajit, why I started yesterday, as you know, for the last Bharat, for the last nearly 1 year, every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, we have a session with a group of elders from Emoha, and we talk about some issue which affects quality of life. So we talk about different issues, even palpitations, anything. So yesterday I took upon this challenge and I spoke about the elder abuse. Now it's a very dry topic because it doesn't have elders, I thought, may not connect. So I took up the challenge and I gave a presentation myself yesterday on abuse. And luckily, I was very satisfied after doing it, because a number of elders started talking about it. And they said, ऐसे भी होता है. हमें तो ऐसे नहीं था, ऐसे भी होता है. That served my purpose. So what you say is very important, that you got to talk about it. Don't assume that nahi, ye to bade hain, wo ke, that is ageism. So we got to talk about it. And I'm so glad we must talk about an issue of ageism. And within ageism, if you want to permit me to say that, what you're doing today of bringing an expert, Dr. Bharat Gopal, and making the elders aware, because post-COVID, anything that's happening, Dr. Sahab, मेरे को आज ना 6 छींकें आ गई. लाइफ में कभी छींकें नहीं आई, कोविड के बाद छींक आई. आज ना मेरे दाहिने कान में थोड़ा सा फरफरा रहा है, कोविड के बाद हुआ है. I'm sure Dr. Bharat is getting all these patients. I'm getting so many of them. So anything that is happening new is being associated with COVID. But besides this simple issues, there are many, many major complications that are happening and which are manifesting in different ways. Palpitations. I had a lady yesterday, pulse rate of 130, 150, everything normal. So I think we would be getting very, very valuable information from Bharat about post-COVID care.
So I would request Dr. Bharat to...
So actually, Dr. Grewal is my senior from my college, and he always makes me speechless. So, and the first thing, we'll go one by one. First, I'll begin answering his question. So he said we all actually feel very young. And I remember when I started my private practice, I left RML Hospital and started. Obviously, Dr. Grewal was one of the first people I met, and I can never forget the support. And he would say, "Arey bachche, tu kar na, you speak well, tu upar chad jao DMA ke us pe." So I said, fine. और आज भी he would always say, यार ये तो he's a young person. मैंने कहा सर अब तो मैं सीनियर कंसल्टेंट हो गया, अब तो मेरे अंडर लोग हैं. कहते नहीं नहीं यार, तो आइडिया उन्होंने बता दिया कि डॉक्टर ग्रेवाल से यार बिकॉज आई फील यंग, तो तुम तो बच्चे ही हो सारे. So Soumyajit, you were born in 77, so I was born maybe 4 years young, elder to you. So, but for Dr. Grewal, हम बच्चे रहेंगे. And I think there is a point that हम for our parents and for our elders हम सब बच्चे ही रहेंगे. So correct. Your Moha, you said that moh is mohabbat. We always tell कि मोह माया छोड़ दो जैसे जैसे आप बड़े हो रहे हो, पर मुझे लगता है our parents never leave that moh with their children. And I think it's time that we reciprocate. We have all got stuck in our work and our busy schedules and everything. And probably therein lies the importance of organizations like yours, where probably you are doing a lot of work which probably we as children may not be able to do. So, but it's good to find someone actually taking care of the people who need the care at that time of life. I think that is something which I probably have just felt interacting with you guys for last 3-4 days as a prelude to this program. So I think as we begin today, it's firstly, officially, let me thank everyone for inviting me, Dr. Grewal and Moha Elder Care, Maneet, who was in touch with me. So, and all my elders, everyone who is logged in through various portals, Tahe Dil Se Pranam. आप सबको, और I hope कि whatever I say, I'll try to mix up with English, Hindi, because I don't know, a lot of audience may be comfortable in either language. So kindly feel free, if you have, you can put it in the chat box if you feel that you want to switch to a particular language. That is more important. At least I can speak English and Hindi well, not Punjabi and other. So I think I'll try to do this. So what I'll do is I made a small presentation because I felt that, as Dr. Grewal rightly pointed out, not only elders, even me and my colleagues as doctors, we all have a very short attention span in listening, but we have a good attention span in seeing the things. When we see something, it registers better. This is what was taught to me by my teachers. Once you see something, probably it registers better than only listening. So I think that probably leaves an impression. So if you allow, can I share the screen? If that would be possible.
Yes, you can.
Right.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I hope my the slides and stuff is, just give me a shout if everything is fine.
It's fine.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Just give me a second. Just let me adjust things. So now I can. Okay. So what we are going to discuss today is something called as post-COVID syndrome. COVID होने के बाद क्या? Because we always felt चलो COVID हो गया, 14 days are over, बनवास खत्म. And now we can feel free to do it. This goes for everyone who is listening, maybe elders or our age, youngsters, anyone. I think knowledge, as Mr. Roy said, is extremely important, and it's always important to share this knowledge, because unfortunately we always had this idiom which said that half knowledge is dangerous. So it is becoming very, very big problem in our WhatsApp universities and things. So we get wrong informations, and unfortunately, as a doctor, that creates a lot of problems for us managing those patients, and on top of it, managing the families, because you get half-baked information and becomes tough. So my idea of today is actually trying to tell you how to heal in the post-COVID syndrome, and probably try to do it on your own, right? Even if you don't have help, you can do a lot of these things at home. So we will just go quickly what post-COVID syndrome is, what you can expect. So we have known that important thing to understand. A lot of elders who live in communities, you need to understand that this disease, if you have not understood by now, is not like a seasonal flu which will infect 1 or 2. The newer variants which are coming, they can infect multiple number of patients. And it is more last 3 months back, it was more close to something like a measles, where one person is going to infect maybe 10, the whole family, the whole buildings, the whole community was getting infected. So you being one of the people as elders or anyone who has any comorbidities, koi bhi aur bimari hai, I think those people are more or less more prone to getting complications of the disease than the others. Although this myth was broken last time because we even had younger people coming back with bad problems. So just look at this graph, you will understand that COVID itself, one person who is infected, who may be mildly symptomatic or asymptomatic, can actually infect a lot of it. So if you have one elder, the elder mingles with a lot of people. So you, within days, you will have the whole community, the whole, if you have a society where you have the 50 people, they'll say, no, hum to niche garden mein jayenge aur baithenge. So you will have to maintain, despite whatever you do, you have to maintain masking, you have to maintain social distancing, enjoy each other's company, but at a distance, because that is going to help you move forward. And as we improve the vaccinations in all over the community, I think this would be the time when we will probably open up more, and then you can hug each other. Probably till then, the first message is be careful. I think it's the worst is still not over. We have to be very, very careful, because COVID itself is a problem. Post-COVID, as you will see, is another major problem which we are facing. Right. So we all witnessed the second wave. It was bad. What we had seen that most of the patients in the first phase were majority were mild and very few were severe. And the most of these mild patients within 2 weeks showed recovery and they were better. And it was only a few severe cases where the recovery was prolonged and it could take 6 weeks. But unfortunately, this time, a lot of patients, despite being mild to moderate, have had a very, very long course of disease. So it's not those 10-15% of the ones which are going to severe. I think a majority of patients this time have one or other lingering symptom even after 2 to 3 weeks of infection. So that is something we need to understand. This is a patient of mine who came back. This was last year, where these post-COVID syndromes were less common. So we had this patient who I treated, she got better, she got recovered, and then she came for follow-up. And she said that whenever I go home, she was working, she was a homemaker. She said, if I go to buy some vegetables or anything, when I return home, I suffer from extreme fatigue. I have swelling, I have prolonged headaches, I get fatigued. मेरे से तो चला नहीं जाता, मुझे palpitations होती हैं, I get breathless. So my sense of taste and smell has still not returned. And it almost took her 3 months before she felt someone okay. So for a disease which people used to think is just like another flu, getting 3 months to get better is a very, very large amount, because just understand that for 3 months, unfortunately, you are practically homebound, because you are not feeling up to it to go and do your own common work. So I think that's something we need to understand. So are there long-term effects of COVID-19? Well, COVID-19's lasting misery is still there. I think the people who are battling fatigue, battling array of other symptoms, I think they remember. Just see these 3 points. Not all people die from COVID-19. So remember that the death rate, if you even extrapolate, is around 2%. So it's such a huge number of patients, only 2% will finally die, but there will be lots more who will be left with some sequelae or other. उनको कोई ना कोई ऐसी problem रह जाएगी जो they have to face for next 3 to 6 months. And these problems are not only respiratory, but there can be non-respiratory. So sirf lungs ki problem nahi, you can have a lot of other problems which may be related to other organ systems. So we have to get used to this post-COVID life, not only as a pulmonologist, as a specialist, but also as community. Not only what Dr. Grewal is doing, he's doing a human service by looking at probably he is the flag bearer for the family physicians in Delhi and in India. So we need more people who can connect to the society. See, we are more of a tertiary care people. So whatever I may do, I may not be very easily approachable by everyone in the community. But I think for people like Dr. Grewal, who are doing such a great service of connecting people, connecting them to us, And I think it becomes very important that the public also, the society also understands that there could be a lot of problems which we may face after COVID. We look at that first, second, third week. Unfortunately, we don't stick around with the doctor past the acute stage. So that is a problem. So another take home point, that there is a slightly long tail of recovery in these patients. So you need to stick with your family physician, with your doctor, until you are absolutely okay, when you don't have any. So you can have long COVID as such. The COVID actually is continuing. You can have multiple effects on different organ systems, sar se lekar paun tak. And then you can also be facing the effects of the COVID-19 treatment or the effects of hospitalization, which may vary not only from the side effects of the drugs which we give to save lives, but also the fact that you are hospitalized, you are isolated, the psychiatric and the psychological effects which a person has to bear are tremendous. And this is none more than in the elderly age group, where we see that these patients have such a big, long-lasting psychological impact of getting hospitalized or getting isolated because of COVID-19. See, this is just a chart to show how many things can occur. Patient can be anxious, can have cough, pains all over the body, joint pain, muscle pain, chest pain, memory issues, especially in elderly who already have memory issues because of age. These are probably into 3 to 4 times then. Loss of concentration, sleep disturbances, fatigue, so breathlessness. So just see, you name the organ system and that is involved. Cardiovascular. You can have patients who can come with arrhythmias. आपके heart rate ऊपर नीचे हो सकती है, आपके दिल जोर जोर की धड़क सकता है. People who are already having background coronary artery disease या lung heart problems can go into worsening of those heart problems, especially because what happens is a lot of them, they stop taking their regular medications at the time when they get COVID. So that is something which you need to remember. If anybody gets COVID, your normal medications are not going to stop. You're going to continue with those. Tell your physician that these are the medicines I'm already saying, let him actually monitor that also. Respiratory system, most involved, coughing, shortness of breath. Some of these require oxygen when they go home. Again, elderly group is the one where you can find these more percentage of patients. Kidney disease, muscle pains, generalized fatigues. You have people coming with headaches, memory problems, smell problems, anxiety. You can have people who have a lot of proportion of sleep disturbances. Obesity post-COVID, because your metabolic system just gets haywire. A lot of people have diarrhea and constipation and reflux, extremely common again. Almost every patient who comes back to me for referral for cough or shortness of breath will have some degree of diarrhea, oblique constipation, some irregularity in bowel movements. And you know how fancy how we are with our bowels, especially in India. So if bowel movement are not good, then probably nothing is good. So I think that is something which is very, very important for everyone, for us to be. It's extremely important that we take care. I saw a few patients who came back with hair loss. Now, extremely different, because as Dr. Grewal was saying, that there is data coming that probably everything which is being reported somehow is being linked to COVID and is being proven because of COVID. And then obviously we know that a lot of these patients have a tendency to have blood clots. So it's extremely important that your blood thinners are continued for a sizable amount of time. Just enumerating everything which I said. Just remember, why are we talking about post-COVID now? Why was this not spoken about last year? Just see, this is a sort of a slide which shows that this mention of long COVID on social media. And just see, in this March, April time, in the social media, it has jumped up by almost 140%. So the second wave all over the world actually led to more and more people having long COVID. So I think this is something which we need to understand. As I said, a lot of these patients, majority of them who are elderly, may have a lot of anxiety, depression. You have stress, post-traumatic stress disorders. You have obsessive compulsive syndrome, like किसी को हाथ धोने हैं तो वो हर 2-2 मिनट में हाथ धो रहा है, वो हर 2-2 मिनट में अपनी पल्स खुद देखने की कोशिश कर, उसको लग रहा है मेरे हार्ट के ऊपर कुछ हो रहा है, मुझे चेस्ट पेन हो रही है, उसको नींद नहीं आ रही, उसको depression हो रहा है. Lot of people who come to me are really so anxious that their blood pressures are shooting up. So these are very commonly self-reported symptoms after recovery from COVID-19. Then we have all heard about black fungus, white fungus, this fungus, that fungus. So these are not that common, but yes, people who were given life-saving steroids for a longer hospitalization, these are the people who unfortunately, because of the change in their immunity, they lead to this thing. So we think that a third wave is going to come. That is what we are worried. I think this new wave is already there. We are seeing a wave of chronically ill, slow healing survivors. You know, there are people who survived COVID-19 और हमने सब भगवान को नमस्ते करी कि जी बचा लिया आपने, but they are coming back with more and more problems. So they have survived one wave, but now this is a new wave, which as doctors and as society, we need to prepare ourselves. It's all over the world. It's not in India. Just look up the internet. It is all over. हर जगह पे ये वाले patients मिलेंगे आप. So what is the way forward? Way forward is we should be aware. Awareness is the key. We should know that if we are having new symptoms post-COVID, we need to discuss with our family physician. We need to discuss with our pulmonologist, and we need to know because this could have a lot of impact on our family life and whatever we need to. We still do not know how much time it will take. We do not know what medicines which will help. We still do not know which person will go into chronic illness, which person will not. So even as medical community, there are a lot of answers we are searching on day-to-day basis. And that's why a lot of people and elders who read this will get a lot of confused because every day you say this drug is good. And after 2 months, they say, no, this drug doesn't work. But we have to understand we are in testing times, even as a medical community, because this is a new disease. Things are evolving. The research is evolving. So we have to keep pace with all of this. I think, Dr. Grewal, I would like to discuss once we start with the chat session and everything. I think the concept of post-COVID recovery clinics has to come in. And it has to be sort of a multidisciplinary clinic where we have a physician or a family physician who monitors this with a cardiologist, pulmonologist, dietitian, physiotherapist, psychiatrist, maybe have a teleconsult sort of thing with everyone so that we are able to create, right? Now, quickly, I'll let you know about the rehabilitation part, what you can do at. So what is the best rehabilitation? The best rehabilitation is when you don't require any. So I have some request from the chat, in the chat box. There's, if I could mix up with Hindi. So I think the rehabilitation part, I will try and explain in Hindi as much as possible because certain terms are English. So best rehabilitation कौन सी है? I think best rehabilitation तो वही है कि जहाँ पे आपको rehabilitation की जरूरत ही नहीं है. So that is the best rehabilitation. Why? Because there is a concept of something called as prehabilitation. ये World War II में soldiers में use किया था कि अगर आप थक जाएं, उनको उन्होंने इस तरह से build up कर दिया कि आपको थकावट महसूस ना हो. What we do in our high risk patients कि जिनको हमें पता है कि बाद में हार्ट और लंग्स की प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, तो सर्जरी से पहले हम बहुत बार उनको पहले से ही ट्रेन करते हैं. एंड ये हर स्टडी यही सिखाती है कि अगर एक पेशेंट जो लेस फिट है या जिसको स्मोकिंग है, मोटापा है, कैंसर है, फॉर एनी रीजन ही इज लेस फिट एंड दैट इंक्लूड्स एज, ही विल हैव मोर डिग्री ऑफ सिविरिटी इन एनी इलनेस देन पर्सन हु इज फिट फॉर दैट एज. सो अगर आपकी उम्र 70 साल है पर आप स्मोक नहीं करते, आपकी BMI, आपका मोटापा नहीं है, आपकी डाइट अच्छी है, आपको कोई और बीमारी नहीं है या बीमारियां कंट्रोल में है, you have a better chance of going with a mild disease even in COVID than in people who are at more problem. तो इसके 3 स्टेप है. पहला स्टेप है रिहैबिलिटेशन का पोजिशनिंग, दूसरा स्टेप है ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस और तीसरा स्टेप है रेंज ऑफ मोशन एक्सरसाइजेस. मैं आपको फोटोज दिखाऊंगा. ये दिस इज ऑलमोस्ट एज गुड एज व्हाट यू आर डूइंग एट होम और जो आप कर सकते हैं. पोजीशन, 1 मिनट के लिए रुकते हैं. पहली पोजीशन है पेट के बल लेटना, ठीक है. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्रोन पोजीशनिंग. आप देख रहे हैं किस तरह से उसमें हमने पिलोज लगाए हुए हैं. आप इस तरह से पिलोज लगा के उस पेट के बल लेट सकते हैं. अगर आपको कोविड नहीं भी हुआ, आप बीच बीच में इस तरह से लेटेंगे, आपकी ऑक्सीजन लेवल्स, आपकी ब्रीदिंग पैटर्न्स बहुत बेटर हो जाएंगे. जिन लोगों को कोविड हो गया है उनके लिए तो ये डेफिनेटली बहुत हेल्पफुल होता है. सेकेंड है अगर आप ज्यादा देर नहीं लेट सकते तो साइड में लेटिए. यू कैन यूज पिलोज बिटवीन योर लेग्स ऑन द साइड एंड अंडर योर हेड एंड नेक. सो ये सेकंड पोजीशन है. थर्ड पोजीशन, अगर इसके बावजूद भी सांस फूलता है, आपको लेटने में दिक्कत है, तो आप एक छोटी सी टेबल रख लीजिए, जो हमारे पास कितनी बार वर्क टेबल्स होती हैं, उसके ऊपर एक आप अपना पिलो रखिए और उसके सर को उसके ऊपर रख के बैठिए. ठीक है, यू विल फील द डिफरेंस. टेक डीप ब्रेथ्स, यू विल फाइंड दैट दिस इज गोइंग टू बी हेल्पफुल. एंड फाइनली, जो हम हॉस्पिटल्स के अंदर बहुत बार यूज करते हैं, अगर सांस बहुत ज्यादा है, ऑक्सीजन की रिक्वायरमेंट भी है घर वापस आने पे, तो हम उसको जो अपराइट पोजीशन होती है 30 डिग्री पे, हम उस तरह की बता रहे हैं, या फाउलर्स पोजीशन, उसको यूज करें. ठीक है जी. हाउ विल दिस हेल्प? योर फिटनेस विल improve, your breathlessness will improve if you do exercises, and you will get good sleep. You will have other things which we will discuss as well. So breathing exercise क्या है? सबसे पहली breathing exercise है कि आप बैठिए और पर्स लिप यानी कि सांस लीजिए, और पर्स लिप्स मतलब लिप्स को पर्स की तरह बनाइए और धीरे धीरे छोड़िए. ठीक है, आप काउंट भी कर सकते हैं, और आप ये बहुत धीरे धीरे करिए, और बैठ के एक बारी में 8-10 बार करिए, दिन में 8-10 बार ऐसे बार करिए. सो इट विल बी वेरी वेरी हेल्पफुल. सेकेंड है डायफ्रामेटिक ब्रीदिंग. आपको मैंने जैसे इसमें दिखाया हुआ है, पिलोस को रखिए या बैठ जाइए, दोनों पेशेंट में एक छाती पे हाथ और एक पेट और नाभि के बीच में, वहां पे हाथ, जहां हमारी बोन खत्म हो रही होती है, सेंटर पीस, वहां पे आप हाथ रखिए और धीरे धीरे उसको दबा के सांस. ठीक है, so this is called as diaphragmatic breathing. This can also be done while you are lying upside down. Then a lot of us would have seen this balls wali exercise, where we can use this ball to hold the ball and increase our capacity of. Finally, something called as coughing. आप अकेले बैठ जाइए करिए या हफिंग करिए. तो इस पूरे पैटर्न को आप अगर नीचे देख रहे हैं, हर 20-30 सेकंड के लिए 3-3, 4-4 की रेपिटेशन करके सुबह शाम दोपहर को अगर आप करेंगे, तो यू विल फाइंड. And apart from this, anybody who knows yoga, is trained in yoga, can do yoga exercises, please go ahead and do it, because I'm not trained, but if anybody is trained, they are definitely welcome to do it. Then next is strengthening exercises, simple things, shoulder, elbow exercises, hand exercises, wrist exercises. These are simple things which you can keep sitting and doing. आप टीवी देख रहे हैं, आप ये करते रहिए. So as elders, not only for COVID, but for your regular health, I think these are very good. Hip and knees exercise, these are all self-explanatory. आप बैठ के अपने नीज को ऊपर करके कर सकते हैं, आप बैठ के मार्चिंग टाइप कर सकते हैं अपनी चेयर पे, आप अपनी एंकल्स को ऊपर नीचे कर सकते हैं. एंड आई थिंक दिस रेंज ऑफ मोशन एक्सरसाइजेस आर वेरी यूजफुल. आप जितना कोविड के बाद स्टेगनेंट रहेंगे, उतने चांसेस क्लॉट्स के होने के ज्यादा हो जाएंगे. सो आई थिंक इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी फॉलो दीज एक्सरसाइज. जैसे हम और बेहतर हो जाते हैं, हम छोटे डंबल यूज कर सकते हैं या वाटर बॉटल यूज कर सकते हैं. जैसे आपने ये 1 लीटर की बॉटल यूज करी और ऐसे ऐसे करके उसको डंबल की तरह यूज कर सकते हैं. आधी भर लीजिए, पूरी भर लीजिए, डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट यू कैन टॉलरेट. सो वेरी वेरी सिंपल थिंग्स. ये घर में करने के लिए आपको कोई एक्स्ट्रा लोगों की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको किसी एक्स्ट्रा सामान की जरूरत नहीं है. यू कैन very well do it with the things which are available at. And then you start walking. Gradually walk करिए. आप टारगेट करिए कि 20 से 30 मिनट आप वॉक करें, या तो अपनी सोसाइटी में या अपने घर में. आप बाहर नहीं जाना चाहते, आपको डर है, अपने घर की जो स्टेयर्स हैं उसको 2-2, 3-3 करके चलिए. घर में अगर आपके पास स्टैटिक साइकिल है, धीरे धीरे उसको यूज करिए. सो ग्रेजुअली आप अपनी स्ट्रेंथ को कोविड के बाद बढ़ा सकते हैं. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, आपको एक्सरसाइज बंद कब करनी है? इफ यू फील आपको उल्टी जैसी फीलिंग हो रही है, नोजिया है, यू आर फीलिंग डिजी, आपको सांस फूल रहा है, अगर आपके पास पल्स ऑक्सीमीटर है, आपकी सैचुरेशन 90 से नीचे जा रही है, आपको स्वेटिंग है, चेस्ट पेन है, आपकी हार्ट रेट फील होने लगती है, आपको लगता है बहुत तेज है, आप रुक जाइए, वेट करिए, अपने डॉक्टर से सलाह करिए, उसके बाद ही आगे दोबारा. आई थिंक द नीड हैज कम, डॉक्टर ग्रेवाल, दैट वी थिंक अबाउट समथिंग लाइक टेली रिहेबिलिटेशन. ये जो एक मेरा छोटा सा एक कोशिश थी आज थोड़ा सा दिखाने की. आई थिंक वी कैन इन्वॉल्व से 100 people on Zoom and have one person who can teach them and probably get them to do those exercises and train them the way this has been done. So I think that could be a very novel way of reaching out to people, especially elderlies who are in. Final slide about diet, because I remember, I know as a doctor, मेरे चेंबर से कोई पेशेंट बाहर जाता है, वो फिर वापस आ जाता है पूछने, या टेली कंसल्टेशन के बाद एक बार फिर व्हाट्सएप आता है कि सर डाइट तो पूछनी भूल गए. तो मेरे को भी लास्ट में एकदम याद आया कि वी शुड हैव something to do with the diet. So I think the diet is very important. My take on this is that please have a healthy diet. So I picked up these few things which people say they work. I think they're all part of healthy diet. So you can have soaked almonds, you have sunflower seeds, hazelnuts. Be careful if somebody has allergy. Please don't take it without consultation from a doctor. Amla, obviously very rich in vitamin C, minerals, जो हमारे elders बिल्कुल चाहेंगे कि वो अपने बच्चों को पकड़ पकड़ के खिलाते थे और बच्चे नहीं खाते थे और जब वो खुद बच्चे थे तो वो भी नहीं खाते थे. तो amla is something which is very, very useful, and I think we can discuss on this aspect once we take the questions. You can have these fancy flax seeds and beans and everything and nuts which are available now. Herbs, garlic, black cumin, these are improve your gut and your immunity. And obviously try to have diets which are low in sugar, low in fat, I think more proteins. And above all, unless contraindicated, agar aapko doctors ne mana nahi kiya hua, please stay hydrated. I think that is something which is very, very important when you have even post fever in this weather. We don't know कि हम कितना पसीना छोड़ देते हैं, and a lot of elders come to us because they get dehydrated without any diarrhea. So I think this is what Dr. Grewal must have also seen, that a lot of people come because वो आधा 1 लीटर पानी पी रहे हैं जबकि आज आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट 2.5-3 लीटर की है because of even in air conditioning you lose lot of insensible loss. So be patient. Finally ये पेशेंट का मेरे मतलब हमारे कुछ पेशेंट्स का है जो कोविड-19 हुआ, लंग्स बिल्कुल लाल यानी कि बिल्कुल खराब थे, 100 डेज के बाद धीरे धीरे वो सब ठीक हो गए. तो हमें ये मानना है कि इफ वी स्टे पेशेंट, वी बिलीव इन आवरसेल्व्स, वी बिलीव इन गॉड, वी बिलीव इन डॉक्टर्स, धीरे धीरे फाइनली सब कुछ ठीक हो जाता है. और अगर ठीक नहीं हुआ, जैसे किसी ने कहा था पिक्चर अभी बाकी है, ठीक तो होना ही है. सो रिमेंबर, डोंट लूज फेथ, स्टे स्ट्रॉन्ग, fight together, and I think we will be able to overcome. And I'm sorry if I exceeded some time, but I felt that probably these are questions that a lot of people ask me and I'm not able to answer in those 10 minutes of teleconsultation. So I had asked a lot of my patients also to join in. I hope some of them have, and I hope this would be useful for all of you. Thank you so much.
Very nice, Bharat. Very nice. Very, you know, Soumya ji, we all use slides. It's very common to use slides. And I call some speakers, Bharat was saying, I encouraged him, that's kind of him. But there are speakers who do copy pasting. And you can make out a speaker who's done copy pasting. And you can make out a speaker who's made the slides himself. So the presentation makes the difference. If you are a copy-paste speaker, then you know you're only reading from your slides. Whereas if you are a person who's made the slides and you are really aware of the subject yourself, then you are being able to speak beyond your slides. And that's what I think.
Dr. Grewal, इसका रीजन पता है क्या है? क्योंकि इसका रीजन मेरे हिसाब से from my little I'd love to get to know Dr. Gopal much more, but हो सकता है इसका ये रीजन है कि क्योंकि डॉक्टर गोपाल दिल के डॉक्टर हैं, तो जो बोल रहे हैं दिल से आवाज आ रही है. प्रेजेंटेशन इज कमिंग स्ट्रेट फ्रॉम द हार्ट.
ये फेफड़े के डॉक्टर है, तो जो बोल रहे हैं
सांस से बोल रहे हो,
बट इट्स कमिंग स्ट्रेट फ्रॉम द हार्ट. It's coming straight from the heart.
Chalo, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
It could come very straight.
No, but what is important is हम सबको पहचानना चाहिए. बहुत पुरानी कहावत है कि दोस्त को तो ध्यान में रखिए पर दुश्मन को ज्यादा ध्यान में रखिए. So if you know your enemy, you can prepare yourself better. So the post-COVID is telling everybody, know your enemy. डरो नहीं, अपने दुश्मन को पहचानो. और जब लिस्ट दिया डॉक्टर भरत गोपाल ने, is only to how to address your enemy. So I think that is very educative, that know your enemy and know how to deal with your enemy. So I think that was wonderful. And I think quite a few elders who try the exercises which Dr. Bharat Gopal has given. COVID has taught us another thing, कि कितनी capacity हमारी lung की थी जो इस्तेमाल नहीं हो रही थी. That was very important. What I've been telling all the people कि जस्ट इमेजिन आपका 92 आ रहा था, आप पेट के बल लेट के अपना लंबा सांस लिया और आपका 96 हो गया। सो कहां से वो एक्स्ट्रा हुआ? वो जो एम्प्टी स्पेसेस में ऑक्सीजन हवा चली गई। सो व्हाई डोंट यू डू एक्सरसाइज एंड इंप्रूव योर ओन सेल्फ? सो दैट्स इंपॉर्टेंट। वेरी नाइस, वेरी नाइस। Any particular challenge, Dr. Bharat? What is important is most elders have at least one disease. They may be having two diseases. So if some elder has a diabetes for 20 years, but is well controlled, has recovered from COVID, how long later does the diabetes still affect the metabolism that this elder does not recover from?
See, it's a very important question, and I think I'd like to address it more from point of all other comorbidities. Let's not think about diabetes. Yeah. So one very, very important point, which we have all understood now as doctors, is that anyone who has good control of his pre-existing illness tends to do better than people who are actually have uncontrolled illness. See, most of the patients which we had tough times and we lost, majority were either diabetics who had on entry, their HbA1c was something like 8, 9, 10. So which means that for last 2 months, they were probably at home and enjoying their sweets, and probably because of the
HbA1c normal limit is 5.6 or maximum 5.9 in a non-diabetic, and in a diabetic in elder, up to 7.5 also we accept as controlled in elders. But what Dr. Bharat Gopal is saying, people came with an HbA1c of 10. So imagine how much high there was.
मतलब आप ये सोचो कि एक लेवल जो हमें ये बताता है कि पिछले 8 हफ्ते में हमारी शुगर किस तरह से कंट्रोल थी, वो उससे ऑलमोस्ट 30% ज्यादा ही चल रही थी. So these were the people who had bad times when they got into the hospital, had complications, we lost some. So point number 1 is kindly don't ignore the disease which you already have because of the COVID. Problem क्या हुई है कि because we are only telling our elders don't come out of the house. So, and lot of them were not very maybe technically savvy to take care of the people. I have a lot of clientage which comes from Haryana. So it was very tough because they could not book WhatsApp calling. They could not book video calling. Okay? They were people who wanted to come, but they were, because the borders were closed. So when they finally managed to come there, because I'm dealing more with lungs, so a lot of them, their COPDs and those were asthmas were very bad by that time when they came, right? Because the doses could not be adjusted, or somebody who might given a particular medicine for 15 days was continuing it for 6 months because sir आपसे तो बात ही नहीं हो पाई तो हमने सोचा खा लेते हैं. This is the problem as compared to people who are in proper cities who had the access via teleconsultations with Dr. Grewal or with us, or their family members could do it. I think the elders in the hinterland were really suffering from these problems as compared to the people who are more privileged, at least in the city. So I think that is also something which, as people who are interested in elder care, we should be addressing in future, because that is something which becomes very tough for people to probably address and to manage logistically. So there are 2 points. And the third point which you asked, which was more technical, how much time does it take? See, if you have been, it depends on what drugs you have been given. Anyone who has received steroids, their sugars are bound to go up and down for some time. And sometimes what I have felt that from my discussion with my physician colleagues is that it almost takes 6 to 8 weeks before everything settles down to what it was in pre-COVID time. So what I tell my patients is that once you are recovered, watch yourself for all aspects for at least another 2 months. So 6 to 8 weeks should be the time when they should be monitoring. And also, I think very important is for diabetics, since you touched, I think a lot of them should be given anticoagulants or blood thinners, as we call them, because these are the people who are at very great risk of growing clots in the body. So I think these are, if there is no contraindication, अगर उसके लिए कोई पर से contraindication नहीं है कि किसी को piles bleed कर रही हैं, ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम है या सर्जरी हुई है, तो हमें उस दवाइयों को भी लेना पड़ेगा एटलीस्ट फॉर 6 to 8 weeks after consulting our doctor, our family physician or
I
our
think
doctor.
that is very important message for all of people who have recovered from COVID. It takes minimum 2 months. In fact, we are saying 90 days. Soumya ji, I think one thing you could enlighten us. You see, a lot of the caregivers, Imoha has, Bharat, they have a whole army of caregivers who are looking after the elders. It must have been a challenge for them to suddenly start looking after, having the fear of themselves. I know of many doctors who didn't stop going to the clinics because they were scared of getting COVID. And here were those people who had to go because they had to look after their elder. So that was the challenge कि वो खुद भी बीमार ना हो जाए. So did you have any reactions of such type reactions coming from your caregivers?
Yeah, so we, Dr. Saab, the biggest thing that happened when the second surge started was that, I remember, the acute time periods of the first 2 weeks of April, and then it was like it was just not stopping all through the, month of April. And we had to almost undertake, and जितने भी हमारे viewers in Imoha के elders हैं यहाँ पे, उनको पता है उस टाइम पे we did a lot of back-to-back awareness sessions both for elders as well as our team members were taking care of ensuring कि जो carers हैं उनको बताएं कि क्या symptoms हैं, क्योंकि 3 दिन की जो डिले हो रही थी, 2 दिन की डिले हो रही थी कि सिम्टम्स ले लिया मैंने, इग्नोर कर लिया, एंड देन सडनली दे आर गोइंग इनटू द स्टेज 2 ऑफ द डिजीज, एंड दैट वाज कॉजिंग सो मच हैवॉक. मतलब उसमें फिर उसके बाद फिर वही हॉस्पिटल, वही आईसीयू, वही ऑक्सीजन, वही कॉन्सेंट्रेटर की फाइट हो रही थी. चलो वो प्रॉब्लम थोड़ा अभी हट गई है, बट आई थिंक वी आर स्टिल कंटिन्यूइंग टू सी अ लॉट ऑफ प्लेसेस वेयर carers को नहीं पता है, and I think the central point that we felt was doctors will do their job because they know what it is, but the whole thing was how the family, the carer, unko pata hona chahiye. Unko agar pata hai to we are fine. See, and it has to be daily, every day it has to be checked.
एक term government ने announce किया, Bharat, I had started telling everybody, they announced a term called home isolation. Right? Now home isolation means मैं घर पे हूँ, मैं isolated हूँ. I started telling everybody, please don't call it a home isolation. Call it isolation at home. You got to be isolated. Doesn't matter if you're at home. Because घर पे a big issue came कि मैं घर पे हूँ, कोई बात नहीं, they were all sitting around. That is why one person at home came with positivity and he gave it to everybody at home. Because they never isolated themselves on the first day. So this is a challenge which is going to come now, that we have to talk about what does isolation and what does quarantine mean. There are two different words. So the caregivers must know what is isolation and what is quarantine. Isolation is akela. You're in a room all by yourself. After 10 days of isolation, you can come out of the room, be within your family, with a distance and a mask. That is quarantine. So it is 10 days of isolation and 13 days of quarantine, which completes the 17 days. So it's a mix of isolation and quarantine. Very important for our caregivers to know what are the two different situations.
Dr. Saab, I had a question. And I've seen this getting asked a lot by by elders. Obviously every elder is unique, but somebody who has gone through mild COVID, not somebody who has stayed in a hospital or has recovered from a hospital. Because chances are कि अगर आपने you've been in a hospital or you've been in an ICU setting, overall care requirements are higher. You are a little bit more aware of what has happened. Both in the COVID incoming stage as well as in the rehab stage. Somehow मेरी जो fear है वो ये है कि जिनको ज़्यादा symptoms नहीं हुई थी, जिनको symptoms कम हुई थी, उनमें किस तरह की केयर और किस तरह की चीजों की ध्यान रखनी चाहिए, क्या टेस्ट्स करनी चाहिए? बिकॉज एसिम्टोमेटिक थे और पता नहीं चला, सडनली कुछ सिम्टम्स के वजह से दे गॉट कॉट एंड सडनली दे फाउंड दैट दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग, likewise they may have got very light covid, they may कि मेरे को तो कोविड कुछ नहीं हुआ, मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ, कोई असर नहीं हुआ मेरे पे, and then suddenly is there a possibility of month 2 months from now that something might come back again? And I think that is something which our viewers may want to know a little bit more from you, कि क्या ऐसा है जो मेरे को ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि चलो कोविड के टाइम पे कुछ नहीं हुआ लेकिन बाद में दोबारा तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता है, कैन आई नीड टू टेक केयर समथिंग?
So I'll take that. आप the very very important questions, और आपको मैं एक चीज बताऊं कि फर्स्ट वेव और सेकंड वेव में ये बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस था. फर्स्ट वेव में जो आप बता रहे हो, ये बहुत लोगों में था कि मुझे तो कोविड हुआ, मुझे तो कुछ हुआ नहीं, मैं तो नेटफ्लिक्स देखी और 14 दिन अपना पता ही नहीं, मेरे को तो गवर्नमेंट ने जबरदस्ती अंदर कर दिया. एंड young, especially people who are less than 45, lot of them had and no other illness. Lot of them had this type of COVID, 1 day of fever, फाइनली पॉजिटिव, गवर्नमेंट ने पकड़ के भाई क्योंकि बोल रखा है कि बंद रहो तो बंद रहे, ठीक है. एंड सो दैट अनफॉर्चुनेटली गेव अ वेरी sort of a false sense of hope, or what you can say, false sense of security when the second wave came. So first 5-10 days, I think even as doctors, we were also caught up into that young people were saying, no, there are too many patients, you forget, you stay at home. And we started having these young patients deteriorating, young people deteriorating. But I'll tell you from my experience over the last 3 months, the number of asymptomatic cases in the second wave were hardly any. I think everybody had some degree of symptom. So I think that was the reason they were being caught up very early, even if they were not getting tested. So the problem, the second thing you said is, I see mild cases having post-COVID sequelae, like I said, in the first, very rare. The first wave last year, it was very rare that somebody who had asymptomatic or mild case would come back to you after 2 months with some sort of problem, very rare. But this time it is tremendous. I think people who have, there's a family where you have had all degrees of severity. You have had a person who has gone into the ICU, and you have had people who had just 1 day of fever and they recovered and they could care for others. But the same person who had 1 day of fever and recovered and had no issues, after 2 months is coming back to us with persisting cough, second bouts of low-grade fevers, right? And I'm not talking about the psychological impacts.
Correct.
Because we are underestimating in a family of people where they lost someone very near to them. They themselves had practically a negligible sort of COVID. They have still, after months, they have not been able to overcome the mental stress which was attached. So that I would put that as also a post-COVID sequelae. That is a post-traumatic stress disorder. So let us not even think he could be even an asymptomatic or a non-infected person out of that family. But the impact is no less. So I think that is something which, again, as I said, there are a few things which I feel, even as doctors or as people who are interested in doing something for the community, we have not been able to address the situation with those people who are non-COVID but lost someone. See, I know of people who lost their family members here who are sitting in USA, and they have not been able to come here, right? You can't imagine the amount of stress and the guilt which those people are having.
नहीं डॉक्टर भरत, हमारे यहाँ तो इन द इमोहा कम्युनिटी इटसेल्फ हमारे पास ऐसे मेनी एल्डर्स हुए थे, उनके बच्चे बाहर थे, and in many cases we were the only people who had to do the last rites as well. So
just think about the stress is very high. For them the stress is going to be a way. So I think we need to address all those issues now, because as we move forward we have to do sort of a community healing. See, ultimately we talk for COVID that nobody is safe till everyone is safe. And I think from the healing point of view, the society is not healed till everybody is healed. Because you will not be able to go back into the community, get back your economy to that same extent until everybody has mentally and physically healed.
No, I'll tell you, my maid got COVID last year on the 10th of May. Now, she was on the ground floor, we were on the first floor. But I did not leave my house for 10 days, for 14 days. Because the moment I used to go out, I used to think everybody is looking at me as, ye to spreader aa gaya. So there was a lot of taboo associated last year by getting it. That taboo has gone down this year because the number was so huge. One was taboo. Dr. Bharat, I want to ask you one question. A lot of elders I'm seeing have got 2 vaccines, 2 doses. 2 questions about that. Is it important to get an antibody test? 1. Number 2, after having 2 doses, any elder who moves out, what is the level of precaution that he needs to continue to take despite his 2 doses?
Right. So I think it's an excellent question. And I hope my mother, who is obviously an elder, if she is logged in and she's listening, because I keep telling her these things every day on phone because she stays with my brother. So I was, so to everyone, you don't need to monitor your antibody level pre or post vaccination.
Finished.
Let's not get into the nitty-gritties. You won't be able to understand. But
antibody
just take it, you don't need to understand. You don't need to do this. It makes no difference. So you got vaccinated, good. As of now, we don't have any policy of the 3rd booster. When that comes, we will see. As of now, kindly take, if you still have any elders in the community who have not been vaccinated, or those friends of those elders and friends to friends of those elders, please go and get yourself vaccinated. I think there is no way out of this pandemic until we have everybody vaccinated. The transmission can only come down. Forget about the use which it is going to have on that elderly in terms of majority of the people who have 2 vaccines have had a better course, have had less number of ICU admissions, and definitely less number of deaths as compared to people who were not vaccinated. That is sure. Yes, I think there was we also as doctors felt that probably if somebody has had a couple of vaccines and then 15 days, so you have a good response, you will have 0 deaths. But definitely that was the trials which were done. But in real life situation, numbers are definitely low, but they are there. But the numbers are far, far less as compared to the community which was vaccinated. So please go and get vaccinated, whichever is available. Don't compare which is better, which is, we are not at that stage of life. Whatever is easily available, please go and get those shots done.
When they ask, Dr. Bharat, when somebody asks me, मैं कोवैक्सीन लगाऊं कि कोविशील्ड, I tell them toss कर लो जो heads टेल.
अब अभी तो स्पुतनिक आ जाएगी और सारी धीरे-धीरे आ जाएंगी. 1 महीने बाद तो आपके पास और ज्यादा choices हो जाएंगी. So don't wait for those choices. जिसका नंबर अभी आ रहा है उसको लगवानी है, and he has to get. The second question was that what is the level of care? The level of care is going to be the same which we as doctors taught you in March 2020. The level of care is not going to change. You are not going to lower your guard. You may be an elder or a doctor or an engineer or a youngster, 18 plus.
Very important message.
You are going to do that same masking. You are going to do the same social distancing. You are going to stay away from parties. You are going to do everything. Why? Because pandemic is not over. Yes, what you are going to do is maybe with mask, you are going to meet your family members now, which we were saying कि आप elderly से मिलो ही मत. आप मिलोगे, आप दूर बैठ के खाना खाओगे. मान लो आप 4 फुट के, जो हम पहले से बता रहे थे, क्योंकि आप वैक्सीनेटेड हो तो आपके ट्रांसमिशन के रेट्स कम हो गए हैं, 0 नहीं हुए.
0
बिल्कुल.
नंबर 2, ये भी नहीं है कि आपको वैक्सीन लग चुकी है तो आप इन्फेक्ट नहीं हो सकते. So either way, the chances have diminished as compared to last year. So the threat is still there. Especially जो कि नए वेरिएंट्स आ रहे हैं अभी, इवन एज डॉक्टर्स वी आर नॉट अवेयर कि वो वेरिएंट्स के साथ इस वैक्सीन का क्या इफेक्ट है. वो अभी आपको 3, 4, 6 महीने बाद ही पता चलेगा. तब तक के लिए हाथ जोड़ के विनती है सब लोगों से, कम्युनिटी से, जो एल्डर सुन रहे हैं, कृपया वो अपने बच्चों को भी बोलें कि आप मॉल जाइए, कोई नहीं रोक रहा. आफ्टर ऑल सारा लाइफ वापस आनी है. पर वो जो आपको एक, इवन गवर्नमेंट ने कहा कि हम मॉल्स खोल रहे हैं, ये मार्केट वालों की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि आप ये देखें कि कितने लोग अंदर जा रहे हैं ताकि कितना वो सोशल डिस्टेंस. इफ यू ओपन एंड यू फील दैट दिस इज द लास्ट डे ऑफ of the activities which are going to occur, and everybody tells them, it's like then a ticking time bomb. Because उसमें से कोई ना कोई तो किसी को कर देगा, and then it's a question of how much our immunity can actually bear. So I think as doctors, as community, we have had enough. I think if we थोड़ा सा हम और केयरफुल हो जाएं कुछ महीनों के लिए, I think ये ट्रांसमिशन रेट कम हो जाएगा. थोड़ा सा और ध्यान रखना.
Bharat, the message is to everybody: vaccine is not a total cover. It decreases your intensity of the disease. So let's carry on wearing our mask. मैं तो सबको ये कहता हूँ कि कुछ दिन के लिए जाके किसी को मिलिए, लेकिन खाना मत खाइए. Don't take off your mask.
बिल्कुल, आप मिलिए, बात करिए.
And I made a slogan, Soumyaji: I will not get it, I will not give it. Everybody should say, I will not get it, I will not give it. So I think on that note,
ना लेना ना देना, मतलब मैं कह रहे ना लेना ना देना.
So I think on that note, let's all take a pledge. We will not allow us. खुद मैं बीमार नहीं होऊंगा और मैं किसी को बीमार नहीं करूंगा. ये कोविड में बहुत दवाई है. This is the medicine. So I think on behalf, Soumyajit, if you permit me, you can say your closing words. Bharat, thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
And I must thank you personally for agreeing on just a simple WhatsApp message to join me here. Thank you.
आपके लिए कभी मना करने की हो सकता है.
So kind of. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Bharat, Dr. Grewal, you are all very, very, very close family members in the community, and I will definitely say that Dr. Grewal to पिछले from the time that we started, he's been associated and has been guiding elders so closely. Elder care जो एक subject है, इसमें लोग.
Soumyajit, there is a question which Dr. Manju has asked the second time.
Yes, please, let's answer that question.
मेरे सवाल का जवाब क्यों नहीं दिया?
नहीं, वो बहुत जरूरी है. Elders first हम कहते हैं, अगर किसी ने सवाल पूछा जवाब देना बहुत जरूरी है, डॉक्टर साहब. So let's answer that question.
Dr. Manju says that got a second dose of Covaxin 25 days ago. Since then, my arm and neck have severe pain and cannot move the arm properly. After first dose, I had fever for 10 days. So 25 days back, Bharat, she had her second dose. So anything else to do?
No, it is very odd. You will also agree that for 25 days, I think she needs to consult a physician first and at least get the examination. Because 25 दिन तक ये local induration 25 दिन तक नहीं रह सकती.
It cannot be a vaccine related.
Yeah.
And I think
so this is something
I must mention to everybody, vaccine से कभी आपको COVID नहीं होगा. Vaccine will never give you COVID infection. Please remember all this. Vaccine is only preventive, never can cause an infection. So I think that was. So thank you so much.
So I wanted to. Thank you, Dr. Saab. I really wanted to tell everybody who's attended. I can see there are close to 80 people who are there. That जो लोग इमोहा के members हैं या members नहीं हैं, it doesn't matter. Please reach out. जो organization बनी है, Dr. Gopal mentioned कि we can fight this battle together, and we should know who we are fighting. My and our organization's single biggest objective during the peak of the surge was very simple. 8 symptom है, 8 symptom में से कोई भी चीज हल्का से भी पता चलता है कि अगर कुछ problem है, reach out, because we are calling, हमारे members जितने हैं, डॉक्टर साहब वहाँ पे हम हर दिन call करते हैं. So every day the call that happens from Imoha ensures that अगर day 1 में अगर मैं catch कर सकता हूँ, the chances of being able to do the right treatment increases dramatically. And for those of the elders जो आज हमारे प्रोग्राम में शामिल हुए हैं, उनको मैं ये जरूर बताना चाहता हूँ कि please don't be the single most important thing which I will take away from this call is that just because you feel absolutely fine, please don't ignore. आप बहुत, you are a very special person. आपके बच्चे as community members, we have seen a lot of our very dear community members passing away because somewhere, some amount of challenges happened, and everything cannot be blamed to oxygen and oxygen related things. There are certain things that we can do ourselves, and all of us individually, अगर हम लोग थोड़ा और सतर्क रहें, चाहे हमें माइल्ड सिम्टम हुआ हो, चाहे हमें डीप सिम्टम हुआ, चाहे हम आईसीयू में थे, चाहे हम घर में थे, लेकिन हर दिन अगर हमें हल्का सा भी कोई issues हैं, concern है, for those of you even ask questions, please don't take these lightly. We are there to help. इमोहा है, डॉक्टर साहब हैं, we are there to take care and we are there to answer any questions. But even though you may not have, any major COVID issues, for the next foreseeable future, please maintain all the necessary, checks and balances so that you can remain safe. और आप जितना safe रहेंगे, खुश रहेंगे, हम लोग सब खुश रहेंगे. So on that note, on Elder Hour, thank you so much, Dr. Bharat, Dr. Grewal, for coming and sharing. And for all the viewers, may I please request that please come every day. This festival is for you. This festival is for elders. और इसमें सिर्फ हम बीमारी और हेल्थ की नहीं बात करेंगे, कल हम मस्ती करेंगे. Tomorrow we have programs around games. Day after tomorrow.
I'll just interrupt there. Sorry, yes, some of my patients who have just WhatsApped me, they are very thankful for the program and everything. They wanted me to pass it on to you, but they also want to know where do you get the agenda for the future programs and everything, because I don't have it. So how do they, or you can put it on or you can give it, you can send a WhatsApp to me. I'll pass it on to them.
Certainly. So for everybody who's there on the call, you just know that on the emoha.com page, if you just come to emoha.com, emoha.com, and there is a link on which you can see the Elders First Festival. The festival के पेज पे सारे डिटेल्स हैं. सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज ये है कि आपको पता होनी चाहिए कि हर दिन Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, there is a unique thing that is happening. Tuesdays, we are going to be talking to inspirational people who have done a lot of, and particularly elders, जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छा किया अपनी जिंदगी में, so that we can, as elders, get inspired from other elders. On Wednesdays, we have such wonderful speakers like Dr. Bharat, Dr. Grewal, who will let us know more about, topics of contextual interest. Next week, we are talking about aging design, Dr. Saab. So, घर में किस तरह की छोटी-छोटी changes कर सकते हैं, interiors में changes कर सकते हैं. I come from an architectural planning background. There are 150 things that you can do in your home. छोटी-छोटी चीजें जिसके वजह से आपका घर better elders के लिए better suited हो सकती हैं. Sensors लगा सकते हैं. Safe हो सकती हैं. जैसे हम child care के लिए घर को बच्चों के लिए safe बनाते हैं, वैसे elders के लिए बचाते हैं. And 40% elders have falls. And once you have a fall, आप गिर गए, तो उसके बाद आपकी health condition और खराब हो जाती है. So how do you make your home better? So Tuesdays will be, more talking to inspirational leaders. Wednesdays is about, health and topics like this. Thursdays is a little bit masti. Fridays, Gana Bajana, which we do a lot in Mo TV. And Saturday is what we do as Saturday special. All of this is going to come to you on Elder Hour. So look forward to all of you coming every day from 7:25 to 8:25. आप खाना खाइए, आप enjoy करिए, get your friends, family, and together enjoy the community. आपको घर में isolation feeling नहीं होनी चाहिए. We are all in this together, and we will be staying together in the community. Thank you. All the best. And see you tomorrow. And look forward.
People were asking for my PPT. I'll make a PDF and share it with Maneet. And you can please feel free to distribute it to everyone.
We will distribute it.
That's very kind. That's hard work. That's hard work. Thank you, brother.
If it can be useful for him. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you, Dr. Grewal. All the best. Stay safe, everybody. Good night.